Hello and welcome to another Material Concerns episode of Material Girls. I'm Hannah McGregor.
And I'm Marcel Cosman.
And I'm Coach. We're back on the mic today, you guys. Another day, another recording.
Another day, another dollar.
Another day, another mic.
Another day, another dollar.
God, are we getting $1 for this?
Yeah, the cash is just coming in. We're definitely getting paid.
Love getting paid.
Thank goodness.
Don't ever break down your hourly, you guys. Don't ever think about your hourly.
Us? Couldn't possibly.
It couldn't possibly.
Couldn't possibly. Don't understand what an hourly is. Don't understand how it's supposed to work. Don't understand what a reasonable ask is.
You know, I recently said that I would love it if my union went on like work to rule so that I knew what was actually expected of me, because all the information I can find states that I'm expected to work a minimum of 12 hours per course, but it does not specify what the maximum is. So
minimum is so sinister.
it's sinister, right? I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. Research assistants just joined the TA and sessional union at SFU. And part of the announcement of their joining the union was the requirement that now they be paid a minimum of like $28.75 Canadian an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, who the fuck was out here paying their research assistants less than 29 Canadian dollars an hour in the city of Vancouver?
That's vile.
Like,
That's vile.
where do you get off?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should be ashamed. If people have to unionize to get you to pay them, like,
Minimum.
just like truly still not enough to live on in this city.
Plus, they have to, if you're a research assistant, you're a student paying tuition. So it's also like
That's
you're
so
paying to
sad.
have this job. Yeah, that's vile.
No.
Oh no is right.
Oh no.
My God.
I just applied for a full-time job in New York, and it's $21 to $24 an hour depending on your experience. What's wild is I probably won't even hear back because
Oh my
it's such a
God.
bad market right now.
Oh
So I'm
my
like very
God.
overqualified for the job, and it would only pay me $50,000 a year, which is not enough to live in New York. And
they probably won't call you back.
They won't even be like, thank you so much for even considering us. Yeah. Isn't that so grim?
Y'all, it's rough out there. And that's
Yeah.
why you should donate to our Patreon.
Yeah.
Coach hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach hungry.
Yeah. If, like me, you are a person with a salaried job in this current world, listen, it doesn't need to be us. It would be great if it was us. It doesn't need to be us. But like, if you could pay for some of the media you consume, that would be really good.
That'd be so
I bet there's
cool.
some people listening right now who do have salaried jobs and who, like me a couple of years ago, like didn't pay for much of your media, not out of any
Not out of
particular
malice.
moral stance,
Yeah.
not out of malice, but just
Yeah.
because like we're busy and it takes an extra set of steps of opting in to do
Mhm.
that. But y'all, if you are lucky enough to be getting paid, you got to move that around a little bit because it's rough times out here.
Let's make trickle down economics happen.
That's how you know things are bad. We're like, what if it worked?
Like, let's try it, you guys.
Let's just try it. Oh no. I just saw like a fun quote from, I think it's Abigail Disney, is like the Disney heiress who's like pretty cool and
Mhm,
pretty
okay.
like politically left or whatever. And she's saying something like, I think if you're a billionaire who can't live on $999 million, you're a psychopath. Which I just love. Like, I just love the like the framing of just like, that's just nuts. Like, come on now.
Come on.
What do you mean you can't?
Don't need that.
You don't need that.
Stop it.
That's why we have this, our apologetic billionaire tier.
That's right.
Do you know that we're now at 2 people? 2 people are at our $100 a month tier. And to
Oh.
them, I say thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Thank you so
awesome.
much. I love your tier
too.
so much that I bought one of the mugs that go with your tier because I think the design, which is a super yacht with a banner on it that says "Save the Bees," I think is one of the funniest things that Zoe has ever created. And so
Really good.
I ordered
Really
that.
good.
I ordered the Always Historicize mug. I ordered the Hot, Slutty, and Talented mug.
Mm.
And I ordered
Mug slut.
Mug slut.
What was the fourth one? It wasn't mug slut because unfortunately we don't have a mug that says mug slut
That'd be
yet.
so funny if we had a Hot, Slutty, Talented, and then we were like, if this is too like normal for you, just get our mug slut.
If you want all of our mugs, you might be a mug slut.
A mug slut.
I'm definitely a mug slut.
Yeah, me too.
I really had a moment where I was like, Hannah, you don't need 4 new mugs. And then I was like, nobody's ever needed anything. Which is like probably not. I got the purple velvet is gay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's really good with the snail.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so funny that your move towards more consumption was being like, need means nothing. Let's deconstruct the phrase need. What is needing something?
I stand by my theory that Hannah is purchasing all of these products as a money laundering scheme. Hannah is laundering $10 at a time.
Currently, the way that the financials are set up is that every time somebody buys something on our website, that money does go directly into my personal checking account.
I know.
Which I then pay back to the business.
Yeah.
But buying things from the business does seem like it would be an effective money laundering scheme if I understood what money laundering was.
$10 ago, right?
Because it's just my credit card.
Yeah. Which pleases just a front.
Which pleases a front from a schemes.
Well, I feel caught up.
Good. Great.
Okay, we're jumping into our first segment. Insert jingle here. Yes, that's right. We're doing Okay, Hear Me Out. As a reminder, we've got 60 seconds to pitch. Actually, no, last time it was 59, which means this time it's 58.
I don't want to do that.
No, I love it.
We have to. We have to be committed.
Such a good bit.
Okay, so everyone think for just a second of what you want to be heard out about.
Okay.
And I was thinking about this because I was saying, like, I think initially it was like selling someone on it, but it could just be a rant that you don't want to be interrupted for. It could be, okay, hear me out. Let's not save the bees.
Okay, hear me out.
Hear me out.
Fuck
Actually,
bees.
Fuck the
fuck
bees.
bees is the thing. What have they ever done for me? Oh, pollinate all of the plants that I eat to live?
I don't care.
You mean spread around that allergen every single spring and summer? Thanks.
Oh, thanks so much. Oh my gosh, wait. Side note, today I got my eyebrows done famously, which is why I look like this. I had dye on my eyelashes, and the woman doing it was like, it's not going to hurt. You just can't open your eyes for 15 minutes. It started burning within like 2 minutes because I've got dye on my eyelashes. And then I had to sneeze. And I was like, if I sneeze, I may never recover like that. And then, so I had to like bite my lip for 12 and a half minutes until she rubbed off the dye. Anyway, fuck the bees. I wouldn't have had to sneeze. I'm kidding. Please don't write in your criticism.
Oh
I'm kidding.
You guys,
I'm kidding.
we love bees so much.
I love,
we love bees
I'm
so
a big
much.
fan. Can I tell you a quick bees related story?
Yes, of course.
So on Saturday, I had a very nice day planned where I went to Pilates in the morning. And then like an hour after Pilates, I was meeting my friend for lunch. And then we went shoe shopping. It was like a cute like girls in the city day, you know, when you're just being girls in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I famously hate backtracking. And so rather than going home and then going back out for lunch, there's no shower at the Pilates place. I was like, I'll just bring wipes. I will wipe myself down, give myself a horse bath, if you will, and then change and then just go do my makeup like on a park bench. These are the things I will do to avoid backtracking. So much do I hate to backtrack. And so I like, you know, went for a little walk. There's like a little sort of park area right beside the TELUS World of Science, which is a big geodesic dome. And I like to sit there and So I headed over there, and there was this beautiful little sort of gathering, organizing event happening in honor of International Palestinian Children's Day. It was like an event for kids to make kites, like decorate kites and then fly the kites.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of speeches, but the speeches were all kids talking about like why solidarity with Palestinian children matters to them. And the opening was a song from a Musqueam woman. Like, she chose this song because it was a kids event and like encouraged the kids to sing along. And the song was a thank you song for pollinators.
Oh.
Because it's like pollination season. So she like sang this song about like thanking all of the pollinators for all of the really important work that they do at this time of year. And I just like sat there on a bench in the sunshine, you know, like doing my blush, listening to the song about pollinators and then crying off my makeup.
You know, I feel like my biggest takeaway from that, other than the tearing up that Marcel and I just experienced, is that you don't like to backtrack, which I didn't know. And I also hate to backtrack, and I feel closer to you now.
Coach, it's an illness. Like, the way that I will travel around all day with like 700 things.
Yeah.
Because I will not backtrack.
Yes, I really understand.
I can't go back there. I was just there.
I was just there. How inefficient. The inefficiency is going to kill me.
So instead, I'll carry 700 things around with me all day. It's very silly. It's very silly. Okay, I've got one.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, hear me out. You actually should be reading more poetry than you are currently reading. People think of themselves as not liking poetry. And that is often because the poetry that you have encountered is bad, because it was poetry by old white men who wrote about daffodils. And somebody made you study it and was like, this is important. And you were like, it seems really boring to me. And you were right. But there is so much good poetry. And one of the great things about poetry is poetry books are like a book, but really short. And like, if each of the chapters was like two or 3 pages tops, it's so fast to read and you get so much out of it. There's funny poetry, there's sad poetry, there's sexy poetry. There's so much great poetry out there. Go to your local bookstore and buy a poem. Buy a poems.
Buy a poems. Buy a poems.
Just a buy a poems.
Mamma mia, buy a
I thought
poems.
of that because I looked up. I have 3 poetry books sitting right in front of me. Dina Del Bucchia's You're Gonna Love This, which is about TV and depression. Dallas Hunt's Teeth, which I haven't read yet, so I don't know what it's about. And Daniel Zombrelli's Jump Scare, which is about being gay and also having mental illness.
Woo!
What a curated collection. What a beautiful collection. I love that.
Poems.
I love poetry. Marcel,
Listen,
do you love poetry?
I do. And I'm always trying to make my students believe me that they have the capacity to understand poetry because...
Yeah, this Hear Me Out is Marcel in class every day. Okay, hear me out. Books, good actually. And everybody's like crossing their arms and like shaking their heads. No, I don't think so.
Can I go next? Because I have an okay hear me out that is a piggyback on your hear me out.
Yeah.
Do it.
On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, hear me out. Oh, shoot, I forgot. This always happens. Okay,
Absolutely incredible. You don't get to restart the time.
Hear me out. Poetry. We're not making fun of people's bad poetry anymore. Old white guys, whatever. But I mean, like when people post their poems, you know, like their notes app poetry, what we're not doing is making fun of it, because think about how many people have like a journaling practice and it's so normalized as like, yeah, that's like writing for you. And sure, they're not necessarily like posting photos of their journal pages the same way you might post a poem, but that's because poems tend to be quicker. And so it's easier just to be like, hey, look at this poem I wrote. And I just think that like more of us should have a poetry practice as well as a journaling practice or reading practice or whatever. Like, I think more often than not, there are people who, oh, shoot, I have 5 seconds. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Okay, have a poetry. Have a poetry practice.
Have a poetry. So Hannah is by poem and Coach is have a poetry.
Have a poetry.
Have a poetry. Have a poetry on me.
I love that. I completely agree. Like,
Yes.
read more poems, write more poems, share your poems with other people unabashedly.
Yeah.
Like, hang out with your friends and read poems to each other.
Think about how many people post bad photos and no one's like, oh, they think they're a photographer? It's like, no, like I'm just posting the photos. And so it's like when people post their poetry, I try now not to be like, oh, what, they think they're a poet? It's like, no, they're just somebody who wrote poetry. Like, what is my like fixation on it?
Also, like, what makes somebody a poet?
Yeah. But I mean, like, even just like that impulse to judge against some like professionalized manner. And it's kind of like, okay, well, if more people were writing poetry, we'd be less likely to be like, they think they're different. I've really extended my okay, hear me out time.
You really have.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
And you're in trouble for that.
Shame on you.
Yeah. Next time you get a 5-minute penalty.
Quiet for the next 5 minutes. If you go over, you don't get to participate for the rest of material.
I meant a 5-second penalty against the next okay, hear me out. But I did say 5 minutes.
5 minutes, you're done.
You're actually done.
Time out.
Actually done here.
Marcel, do you have one ready?
I do.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, hear me out. If you're in the grocery store and you are looking in the tofu section and you have the option to choose between the tofu that looks like it is marketed to white people and the tofu that's marketed towards not white people, you are legally obliged to choose the tofu that is not marketed to white people. White people tofu is fucking bullshit. You need to understand that this is like, it's overpriced. You can get Asian tofu that's also organic. Like, if that's your concern, you do not need to buy the tofu that looks like it was designed by a white person doing their MBA. You do not need to spend $7 on tofu. Tofu should be $2.99 for a pound. That is how much tofu is supposed to cost. Be aware of how your whiteness is being interpolated into big tofu, okay? Buy Asian tofu.
I have never nodded along to anything as hard in my life.
I hate white people tofu so much. It makes me so angry.
Identical tofu, side by side on the grocery shelf. Tofu with some like Asian characters on it. $3. Tofu that says now for white people, $8.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was in the grocery store.
Absolutely, white people tax for sure.
Sure. But like the Asian tofu companies aren't the ones who are getting those tax dollars.
No.
I was in the grocery store with my sister-in-law, who is half Chinese. And I was like, I saw this and I picked it up and I was like, Jillian, this tofu is for white people. She was like, don't buy it.
So
who knows what's in it?
It's probably flecks of kale.
I'm going to be on the lookout now for white people tofu. I haven't noticed the distinction. I go to Trader Joe's, so let me see. Let me. I know that you guys don't have that because of no freedom, but I will.
My guess is that at Trader Joe's, because like it's all like Trader Joe's brand, right? So my guess is you won't get that class differentiation of tofu.
Okay, I'll go to my bodega, see what's going on over there.
Yeah, you go to your bodega and you report back on bodega tofu. I actually would love to know everything about bodega tofu.
Oh, I bet it's such good quality.
Yum.
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 Okay, great. Good takeaways all around, you guys.
Great. A lot of hot takes.
Really important takes.
Okay, for our next segment, we don't have a jingle for this because it's the first time we're doing it. So unless something magical happens between this recording and it coming out.
Where somebody psychically anticipates this segment? Ooh.
I may have made this improv game up. We're doing an improv game. The segment is called And Another Thing. And we're going to do a communal rant basically. We're going to pick a topic, and then we'll go in order. We'll have Hannah start, then Marcel, then me, then Hannah, and we'll just keep going. And you have to start your sentence with "and another thing." So, for example, if Hannah says like, "Peas taste bad," and then Marcel, you'd be like, "and another thing. They
Peas
look
are
bad
green.
too."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, "and another thing. My grandfather didn't like peas."
And another thing.
Yeah, you see
Okay.
how it goes.
Okay.
And we're just going to
Yeah.
go until we're not having fun anymore.
Everybody buckle up. We'll be doing this for 45 minutes.
Can I ask a clarification question?
Yeah.
Does everything have to be true?
I don't have an opinion on it. Can you believe it? I'm ambivalent. I think follow your heart.
Okay.
It can be anything. It doesn't even have to be an opinion, Hannah, but you just have to say a statement that then Marcel can kick off.
Cool. I actually think it should be against the law to have heartburn.
And another thing, so many treatments for heartburn are bullshit and don't work.
And another thing, heartburn is something that my dear mother has suffered with. So like, fuck heartburn.
And another thing, heartburn is caused by cuisines that have a lot of like tomatoes in them, which I think makes it inherently anti-Italian.
Yes.
And another thing, heartburn apparently heartburn can cause laryngitis, because that acid reflux is like why I had laryngitis like a couple months ago. So fuck heartburn.
And another thing, I feel like heartburn is such a good phrase that really we should be using it for like an emotional meaning. It should have a different definition entirely.
And another thing, why do our bodies even do that? Like, what survival skill is this that you're giving me of being like, whoa, you ate an apple too fast. Uh-oh, a puma will catch you.
And another thing, if you've ever been pregnant, heartburn during pregnancy is absolutely fucking vicious. I choked on my own vomit like regularly every time I laid down to sleep, to the point where I had to start sleeping sitting up.
And another thing, say it with me.
Fuck heartburn.
Perfect. So if you guys like that segment, send in a jingle for it.
Yeah, actually, the new way you can signal to us that you like segments is making jingles for them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't bring it back unless we have a jingle.
Yeah, feel free to play around with Wolf Parade's song "This Heart's on Fire" to make a jingle for that one in particular. I think that would be pretty tight.
That's not the song. This heart is on fire.
I thought it was "This girl is a liar."
Yeah.
There's so many songs we're doing in our choir repertoire right now that my brain wants to fill in with other songs. So we're doing an Ed Sheeran song called Castle on the Hill.
Okay.
But in my head, I keep changing it to that like Spirit in the Sky. Going up to that spirit in the sky. That's where I go to when I die. That's what Castle on a Hill or Castle on a Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of those are the song.
Mm-mm.
You're just singing the solo during your choir. You're just singing alone your other song.
Gonna do my own little interp over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's perfect is that we're running low on time for this part 1 of Material Concerns episode. And this next segment is called No Time.
No time.
No time.
So, okay, you may have noticed that this gets said a lot on our regular episodes by Hannah and or Marcel because we simply have no time.
No time.
So I have asked Malika, our amazing editor and engineer, to keep some things from past episodes that we cut for time. Not just like bloopers, which you can find on our Patreon at any tier, but sort of like longer segments where we go on a tangent and it's really fun and interesting. And then in the edit, we have to go, I'm so sorry, we have no time. So we don't know what Malika's going to put here, but please enjoy this out of context clip from some episode we recorded recently when we ran out of time.
This is a great idea, Coach. I love it.
Such a good idea. You're so smart.
Good job.
Thanks, guys. No time.
Hannah, do you remember the Pirates of the Caribbean ride from when we were at Disneyland last year?
With profound fondness. We went on it twice. The second time we went on it, there was this adorable family sitting right behind us with 2 kids. Like, I'm going to guess a 4-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy.
Mhm.
Does that sound about right? And the 6-year-old was passed out on his dad, which was very adorable. His dad, at one point was 6 years old, and he still totally wipes out in daddy's arms. It was really cute.
Yeah.
But the 4-year-old was feeling a little overwhelmed. It was a bit too scary for her.
Yeah.
And the way that Marcel and I just both went into anti mode and we're just turned around, just we are going to make sure this kid has such a good time. So we started telling her about different animals that you would be able to see. We were there's going to be some kitties coming up. Will you keep a really good eye out with us for the kitties when the kitties come? We were just this kid is our problem.
I'm getting really weepy. This is so. I described myself recently as only crying in inappropriate settings, and this is a solid example of inappropriate isn't quite the right word, but this is not the time.
I think that there's recalling those moments when you just encountered a stranger and were by virtue of being proximate to you, I'm in community with you.
Yeah.
It's it's a good reminder when we're feeling really scared.
Yeah. Oh, that's so lovely. Sorry. You want to keep? Yeah, we're gonna keep going. Okay. Well, it's time for us to leave you now. But if you want to listen to part 2 and every single material concerns part 2 that ever was, head on over to patreon.com/ohwitchplease.
It's the end of April. But what that means is that we are in the final stretch of our Patreon push, and we really need your support. We pay our team through Patreon. This is it. This is how any of this exists. We pay for our website and our recording software and our editing services and literally everything that makes this ship run through Patreon support. So quick, Coach, what's your favorite Patreon perk?
I gotta say, I love the backlog of unedited Witch Please original run episodes.
Shame on you. How dare
you? For those that don't know or forgot, Witch Please was the original show that you both started a decade ago, and there are chaotically titled unedited episodes. It's 1B.2A, The Curse of the Missing Hermione or something. They're really wildly named episodes, and there are dozens of these on our Patreon, and I love them. Every now and again, I'll listen to one.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Adorable.
What about you, Marcel?
I love the special Slack channel that we have reserved for the Board of Trustees, because everybody who is on that Slack channel is an absolute delight and will just come in out of nowhere with the most out-of-pocket shit, and it is always delightful all the time.
It's so good. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Hannah, I should ask you.
Oh
too.
yeah, Hannah, what about you?
You know what I really love? I really love the movie watch-alongs. Every second month we do a movie watch-along via Discord, and I have an absolute blast. Again, because of you, the people, because of the Patreon supporters who show up and are so funny in the chat. That is always such a delight for me.
Yeah. Another cluster of folks with the most absolutely out-of-pocket nonsense that is so fun.
Love it.
Yeah, we got to shout out Jack from the Faculty Club, now Board of Trustees, who just, speaking of this kind of chatter, they just said all pasta is creepy pasta if there's gluten in it and you have celiac. So it's that kind of content,
exactly.
What I'm saying?
It's what Twitter was when it was fun,
Oh my God, it's a good tiny Twitter. It's actually good tiny Twitter.
Cute.
So if you're convinced by this, head over to patreon.com/ohwitchplease and choose a tier that's right for you right now.
If we hit our goal, we're unlocking a Witch Please episode. You guys are going to record a new one. We're unlocking a live recording of Material Girls episode, which anybody on our Patreon is welcome to join. And we're going to unlock a Hot Slutty Talented hat if we reach our goal, which is $7,000 a month. So reminder.
So get there.
Jump on in. Jump on in.
Jump on it.
So the water's fine.
Speaking of hot, slutty, and talented, jump on it. Thanks as always to Otto. What?
Dirty.
What?
Vulgar.
Thanks. Listen, I want money so bad. I'm hungry. Coach hungry, Marcel hungry. Thanks as always to Auto Syndicate for the use of their song Shopping Mall, and to the whole Witch Please Productions team, Gabby Iori, Zoe Mix, Malika Gumpankum, and Ruth Ormiston. Hey, you! Meet us on over at part 2. Come on, let's go. Come on.